We've begun to look at some of the other people groups who respond to John's message, and having looked at the religious leaders, the next group we're looking at are the crowds. And what we see with the crowds is, as they come to John, they have this response of their heart that cries out, what must we do? What should we do in response to what we're hearing? And that response contrasts massively with these religious leaders who are called a brood of snakes. As we begin to think about that and unpack that, I think it shows us a few things, and it shows us that the crowds, having been under this religious authority, this religious system for hundreds of years, they've got to a point where they're tired with the religion and they're looking for something more than that. There's a hunger in their hearts. They're looking with this sense of a desire for hope. And what's rooted in that is probably a sense of feeling a long way away from God. If they've grown up with the religious leaders and religious societies saying in order to be right with God you've got to jump through all these hoops and somehow we're better than you, it creates a distance between the crowds and God that somehow they're not able to connect. And you can just imagine the crowds with a hunger in their heart saying, there must be more than this. There must be more to look forward to than this. Surely there's got to be more to life than what we're being told by the religious leaders. And in there's almost like this incredible courage, this incredible honesty that comes from these crowds, that far from being this stuck-up, pompous, religious people who think they're better than everybody, there's a sense with the crowds of going, actually, we know we're not right with God, but we really want to be. And there's an honesty that goes with that and a sense of courage. And what you begin to see is that these crowds who are gathering to listen to John, they're searching for something. They're hungry for something. There's a sense of hopelessness and a sense of trying to seek something that's going to give them hope, going to give them a future, going to give them something to work towards. As we begin to unpack this idea of the crowds, I wonder if it begins to maybe change our perception of the community around us. But rather than being a million miles away from God, maybe, just maybe, the crowds around us, the community around us, are actually looking for hope. They're looking for a genuine sense of there must be more to life than this. And they're looking for someone who can meet that need. I wonder, do you know someone who can meet the need of a hurting community looking for hope?